Alright, after that little interlude, it's time for Game 4 of the Warhammer tournament, and Game 4 sees me against Bretonnians. This will be the first time that I ever play against Bretonnians as High Elves, and only the second time ever that I've played against Bretonnians, period. The last time was with Tomb Kings, and didn't really feel so sure that I could beat this player, given that my inexperience was showing through, and the matchup itself presented some severe difficulties for me. Picking High Elf Lore of Beasts, the Lore of Beasts, I should say, against this army was the first plan. Needed to cast Beast of Cowards from both mages on the Knights, the Pegasus Riders, the General, and the Hippogriff. But we'll tell you what happened, because I can do a lot of theorizing about it, and the game didn't quite turn out as expected. One major piece of background behind this game is that we took a long time setting up. My opponent was a very slow player, thinking about his moves for a long time, umming and ahhing about it, and so was I, to be fair, because I was inexperienced at this matchup, wasn't quite sure what to do, and our game length was cut short to less than 6 turns. So unfortunately, we didn't get the full wrap-up of the game, and I'm not sure if the outcome would have been different had it lasted for another couple of turns. I don't think it would have been, but let's just talk you through the first 4 at least to explain what happened. As you can see, I've heavily weighted down my deployment on this flank, and so is my opponent. On the left-hand side flank, you've got a trebuchet and a couple of units of cavalry, whereas I've got the white lines. And I think my major mistake was going for the forest with the white lines as usual to keep them protected, allowing the mages to hide with the white lines, preventing them from charging the white lines with the Pegasus Knights and the General. That was one thing I wanted to do, but had I just kept the mages there on their own, they probably could have survived fairly well, and the Knights, the white lines could have supported my troops against his blocks of Knights. That would be what I would do different next time. It prevents me from using the Ring of Fury, but that's a small sacrifice to make in order to make up a big combat advantage and allowing me to win the game decisively if I'd done that. Anyway, I'm going to take you to the next photo where you can see the other side of the battlefield in more detail. We've got the chariot and the bolt throwers at the back there. Chariot just protecting my side of the flank against his yeoman and preparing to assault the trebuchet later on in the game. But he's got a big unit of Knights Errant, which I was a bit cautious about. I was hoping he wouldn't just run around the hill, kill the chariot, and attack the bolt throwers with it, but we'll see. Going to the next picture, you can see where his forces are located. The Pegasus Knights behind the forest with his Hippogriff riding Lord, next to a massive Knights of the Realm unit with some characters in there. He hasn't taken any Grail Knights, but he's got all 5 characters there. The Lord, the Hippogriff, a Paladin, a Noble, not a Noble, just a hero level character, I think another Paladin, and 2 level 2 mages. Sorry, a level 2 mage and a level 1 mage. Prophetess, or whatever you call it, Enchantress, I guess is the correct term. Prophetess being the level 4, or level 3 as you might prefer. Next photo sees me winning the first turn because, Bretonnians give you the first turn when they kneel down to pray for their 5+ ward save of extreme defensiveness. And here I decided to move the white lines out of the wood to focus the Ring of Fury on the yeoman and allow the white lines to push across the other side of the battlefield against the enemy forces where they needed to be. So trying to correct my mistake here. Of course, lining up the shot for the trebuchet, which missed, by the way, thank goodness, because that would have been punishing had it struck home. Next photo sees me carefully positioning my troops out of charge range and at such a distance that were he to send his flyers over top and land them in front of my cavalry, I could then charge him. But I didn't want him to fly the flyers further out and land behind my cavalry, because that would have been really annoying. I wouldn't have been able to deal with them. Just setting up the chariot and eagle ready to redirect charges and cause them some havoc later on while archers shoot up his yeoman, which is what they're there to do. Next picture shows you the Archmage taking a wound. Can't believe it. First turn, cast Beast Cowards, a necessary spell for me to win this game. Miscast, lost a magic level and that spell, which was shocking. I was really relying on that spell to give me an advantage, and now I'm going to have to try and win the game without it. Trebuchet missing me, Knights Errant deciding to reposition themselves to defend the Trebuchet against the chariot instead of running around the hill, which is what I expected them to do. But man, had I kept Beast Cowards, I think that I would have done very well this game, but fate would not have it. Next picture sees him moving the Pegasus Knights behind the hill and moving his cavalry around the hill, wheeling them around. One of those units is a Knights Errant unit with a banner of errantry banner, means that you are less likely to hold in position. It means you have to take a leadership test with a big subtraction if you want to hold ground rather than charging, which the errants would be otherwise forced to do. Bretonnian peasants moving to the side of the wood and shooting back at my archers with their little villain leading them, which is quite cool. Next picture, if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. The yeomen move out in front of my knights is expected to prevent me from moving out into good positions, but I decided to shoot at them. I couldn't get the job done with the shooting, so in the end I decided to charge with the chariot, for better or for worse. It's always really awkward when you do something like that because you know that you've got a unit out there which will impact the rest of the game. So let's just take a look at the next picture. Successfully casting Beast Cowards on something or other, maybe the Pegasus Knights, can't remember what it was. I've moved out my mage out into the open here like this because he's got nothing to charge me, he's got nothing to shoot me. His trebuchet, amazingly, thanks to spells and shots from the other chariot on the other side of the field, have killed all of the trebuchet crew, which is awesome. And over here, as you can see, I've charged the yeomen and destroyed them with a chariot in the background, and I've also moved the eagle over, so I've actually got two units in positions where they can slow down and speed bump the knights in order for my cavalry to then get the charge off. So that is the crucial play here that I'm trying to make, that I'm banking on. Next photo, he's moved his Pegasus Knights out of cover behind the White Lions, and they're in a position where only one bolt thrower can see them, and they can then charge my bolt thrower. I've moved the Archmage into the woods so they cannot be seen by the Pegasus Knights, otherwise should be dead. And the chariot's just facing off, hopefully preventing the errants from marching over and destroying it. So that's what happened there, and the trebuchet in the background is crewless at the moment. White Lion's still moving around to try and get into the action. Next picture, here's what happens. Move the Dragon Princes onto the hill, one unit of them at least, in front of the severely depleted knights, which have been wounded by bolt throw shots earlier on in the game. So here I'm actually going to be taking a charge from the knights with a character in there, no less, but I've got the hill bonus, so I might be able to win that, or at least slow them down. In the meantime, both eagles are redirecting those knights there, so hopefully that'll put me into a good enough position to charge with my big unit with the battle banner and hopefully seal the game. But it depends on a few things, really. Next photo, he's got his hippogriff landing next to my troops. Despite me using the lion horn, I have a whole unit of archers fleeing off the table. My unit of cavalry there are totally unaffected by it. This is my turn, wheeling around so that I can actually see the Hippogriff Riding Lord. The plan here was to cast Beast Cowards on him to seal him in place so I could then charge him and kill him with the battle banner. But he used his Dispel Scroll to prevent me from doing that. Wisely, might I add. And yeah, nice looking unit of knights there. Managed to get the paint jobs done. Bit of varnish in there, but now it's just going to be a matter of me trying to charge the knights as they are redirected from the eagles, and see if I can get the job done while ignoring the Hippogriff Lord, basically. He's only got the archers to kill, so not too worried. Which he does, by the way. Hippogriff Lord running over here and wiping out the archers, so no problem there. And in the background, my unit of Dragon Princes being charged by his hero and his accompaniment, and what happens is an amazing display of luck. The Dragon Princes, with their Always Strike First, kill both of the remaining Knights of the Realm in that unit, leaving him with just the character who doesn't get any casualties. I think he might have killed one guy, giving me a decent combat score and breaking him, running down his character, which I thought was fantastic. Gives me a lead on points at least. Next photo, in order to catch up, he charges his Pegasus riding knights into my bolt thrower, killing it. At least it keeps his Pegasus Knights out of the game so far, and doing as a small amount of damage. In the background, my White Lion's facing off against his errants in the background. I'm hoping that they will charge me. Next photo, man, the big unit of knights comes crashing into the errants, ignoring his big unit of knights over there, and capturing their banner, overrunning through and destroying them. Well, actually, not destroying them. As you can see, they are in the forest there and they rally. The Bretonnian peasants have also fled away and rallied. There's an enchantress in the forest by herself, and the other dragon princes next to them are victorious. So pretty much what happened here is that the game ended fairly shortly after, even though there was a turn or two left, because we were running out of time. We were taking too much time to finish the game. The next photo shows us Pegasus Knights securing a table quarter, and the White Lines chasing away the Knights Errant, which do rally later on. I think, no, I'm not sure if they did. I think they might have fled off the table, giving me a significant points lead. So that was it, basically. We wrapped the game up a little bit early. I won by a fairly smallish margin. Might have been able to get some more points had we had another couple of turns there, but it was not to be. Sometimes when you're at a tournament and there's pressure for time, it doesn't quite work out like that. But I was still very proud of my first win against Bretonnians. I thought I played reasonably well. Had a little bit of bad luck with the spells. I think I would have absolutely crushed him if I'd had Beast Cows going off every single turn, along with Wolf Hunt's a crucial spell in this sort of matchup as well, when you're really itching to get the charges off or get things out of charge arc is very important. But I hope you guys enjoyed the report. I think it was a great game, and nice to have a new opponent and a new list to play against, and that's something which is really fantastic in a tournament. Excellent.